Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Learn Audio Input button, which at the website we affectionately call this the blue button, and the Input Audio Driver Selection box, which is this, and activated by this button right here. The Input Audio Selection Driver box allows you to select the driver that you're using for your sound card. In my case, it's Creative ASIO. Although a lot of you will probably be using ASIO for all, provided you have that installed. The port. This is the actual physical port that your guitar is plugged into. Now, this is going to be sort of like a little trial and error experience for you. We didn't have any way of returning these names for the ports, so the only thing we could do is number them. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to select your driver, plug your guitar into where you normally plug it in, and then just literally go through each one of these ports until you get the sound from your guitar. Now, the other thing to remember about that too is it can run as a stereo port. So if there's a left or right, you really do need to try both, left or right. Sample rate, pretty straightforward, 44.1 all the way to 96K. And this button here is what turns your audio on and off. A little checkbox will appear here when your audio's on. The reset button, all that does is close the driver down, refresh it, and reset it. So in other words, turn it back on again. The save button, now after you've selected your driver and you have sound coming into your application, what you can click is you can click this save. When you click save, next time you run Headcase, Builder, or the suite, it will ask you if you want to load your settings from file. In which case, if you click yes or OK, then it will load all your selections here and you'll have sound right away. You won't have to run through this again. Now, once you do turn your audio on, one thing to remember here as well is there is another settings button that pops up here that's specific to your driver over here. So we'll go ahead and show you that now. There it is. Okay, so this is specific to your driver, if your driver has extended settings like that. Now, that's going to be it for this. Now, what I've done here is I've specifically set Headcase Builder up to have an audio input level that is wrong for it. Now, let me give you a little bit of background on why we have this blue button here in the first place. Headcase Builder and Headcase Suite allows anyone to build a head independent of their system. So it doesn't matter whether you have a specific sound card, it doesn't matter what kind of guitar you have, it doesn't matter what kind of chords you have, it doesn't matter what level you have going in. But what that will do, okay, is if I have a really hot level going in to a head, it'll make the head distort more. Or if I have a really light level going in, it just won't distort. So what we needed to do was we needed to find a way that we could standardize that input level across anybody's system. So it doesn't matter who is building the head. All the heads will function and sound the same because they'll all be running on roughly, really closely, the same input audio level. So the way you can think of the input audio level is if it's a hot signal, it would be like putting a tube screamer or something in front of your head. Of course, it's going to drive the head and you're going to get distortion. Well, that's the same sort of thing you can do with a volume slider on a digital audio workstation. You can turn that volume slider up and that's going to increase the level into this head, in which case it's going to cause distortion. So what you do is you click the blue button. And what this blue button is going to do, once you already have your audio input on, what that's going to do is it's going to read the level as you play and then make some decisions as to how loud that level needs to be in order for Headcase to run the head in optimal condition. So let's try this now, and you'll notice we're on the clean channel. You hear the sound there, that's pretty distorted. And that's not at all the way that should be. So if we click the blue button, then all we have to do is we play for 8 seconds of just, standard playing, whatever I want to play. As long as I play the way I play, I don't exaggerate it or play softer than normal. As long as I play for 8 seconds, then Headcase is going to average my level out over that 8 seconds. And within, say, plus minus 0.5 dB, it's going to set the level coming into the head. So if my volume level is really hot going in, Headcase will minimize it. It will divide by a certain number coming in to make the volume level lower going into the head. If my volume level is really low coming in, then Headcase will multiply, make my level coming into the head larger, or louder, I should say. So let's go ahead and set this now. Remember how that sounds. That's supposed to be a clean channel. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, now play. Hear the difference? The clean channel is clean, and the dirty channel should be dirty. Let's see. It's a little bit low, but that's got to do with the head building itself. There you go. Okay, so I guess that's about it. That's all you really need to know about this. So set your blue buttons.